Today I'll answer a question from a viewer who dares to confront a daunting problem that any of us could face. What if you don't like your manager? Let's get into it. Hi everybody, Harold Hillman here, and thank you for joining me on episode 14 of Ask Harold. Today's question is from Tina, who says she is writing under an alias because the topic she raises is a very sensitive one. Many people can relate to Tina's dilemma of working for someone who you may not like. Here's what she writes. Hi Harold, last week I finally said it out loud to myself. I don't like my manager. That sentiment comes with a year's worth of bad experiences. I love the company and my team, but I just don't know if I can ever be objective again about my manager. For me, liking and respecting someone are closely related, so I can only predict that things will get worse over time. What do you recommend I do? Kind regards, Tina. Well, Tina, thanks for that question. It's a powerful one. It made me reflect back on my own career and all the managers that I've had. I can honestly say that I never disliked any of them, but I know many people who have left good jobs and companies because of a breakdown in that critical relationship with their manager. Here are 5 questions you should ask yourself in this situation. The first one, are you being objective? It's a fundamental question, and here's why. Think of a picture frame and then put your manager's face inside that frame. Then think about a negative energy that you feel every time you look at your manager in that frame. Once you put a negative frame around someone, you're far more inclined to interpret their intentions and their actions in a negative way. The reverse happens when you like someone as well. We do this with everyone that we personally know. So an important question is, have you started to select data that reinforces the negative frame that you've put your manager in? Is your manager really as bad as you've worked it out in your head to be? Second question, what's your role? It's usually not intentional, but good people often get entangled in a bad dynamic with each other. They both are inclined to see it as the other person's fault, but it's a dynamic. It's good or bad. It's something that exists between two people. That means that you have to be willing to accept that there's something you may be doing to contribute to the problem. Is there something that you need to work on? For example, do you speak up enough or offer opinions that are different than your manager's? If you don't believe that your voice is heard, then maybe it's time to turn up the volume. Both people usually have some role to play in what's going on. So if you don't like the dynamic between you and your manager, what's your role in how things have shaped up? Thirdly, what are you really frustrated about? If it's a personality clash, then maybe there's room for a reasonable degree of tension, which may require some give and take on both of your parts. I mean, we certainly make that work out with our loved ones. Now, if it's a clash of values, then the issue goes deeper to one of principle. It's difficult to like or work for someone who's unethical or lacks civility and respect for other people. Or it could be that your manager has taken you out of your comfort zone in order to grow your skills and your confidence. Personal stretch can be stressful if you're not getting the support that you need. It could be any of these things, but you've got to dig into what's got you frustrated. There may be something specific you can do to address it, so try to get your head around what the issue really is. Fourth question, have you had a candid conversation with your manager? It's very important. That's what the whole thing around empowerment is all about, taking responsibility for your own half of the relationship. So if you're not getting what you need, then go after it. Your manager is not a mind reader, so don't wait for them to initiate the conversation. Chances are they already know something's bothering you anyway, but they haven't figured out how to raise it. So you might have to take the lead here, particularly if it's that important to you. And finally, have you gone over the slippery slope? Sometimes you do get to the point where you know there's nothing you can do to change your mind. Be honest with yourself if this is the case, but also have the courage to do some personal reflection about what happened. How did you get to a place of no return in the relationship? Is this a pattern? What will you do differently next time? Finally, if you're a manager who believes that one of your employees is trying to find a way to talk to you about your relationship, then make it easy for the person to do so. It takes courage and personal accountability to address a problem with the boss. The best outcome is when both people enter the discussion willing to listen. Thanks again for that great question, Tina. And thank you all for watching Ask Harold. On the next episode, I'll answer a question from a viewer who wants to make her work meetings more productive. We can all relate to that. Remember, if you like this video, tell others about it and subscribe to Sigmoid's YouTube channel. And if you have a question of your own or want to see my other videos and articles, go to my blog at drharoldhillman.com. Take good care and see you all soon.